Ready, set, yet another update video. Here it is. I'm relaxing. It's my birthday. But I'm making yet another pivot. And people I used to get, my nickname is Flip Flop Rob. And somebody's going to call me that. And I'll just say, okay, fine. Get ready for a lot of changes. They're on the screen right now. If you want to just look at them really fast and not listen to me explain them to you, you can finish this video a lot faster. But if you're wondering what's changing and why and what happened to the holiday boost and where's the other boost going, here is the new information we have. So before we get going on this too much, hey, thank you for the holiday wishes or the birthday wishes. The reason I change is when I get new information. I'm going to tell you what that new information is and why it changes everything and why it's so hard for me to finish anything, especially as a technologist in education. The first thing is Discord is better than Slack, so no Slack. We're going to stay in Discord. I'm going to try to get to them more. Please join us in the Discord. If you don't know how, click on the Linktree link and you can go click and find it and do with that, okay? So I did go in there. I answered some things that were in there. Deleted some things that were totally inappropriate and stupid and I wish I had been watching for. So I'm going to do better at that. So thank you for the link. Twitch IRC. I live in Twitch IRC right now. In fact, it's actually on right now. If I turn it back on, you can see it here. So there's all the things. And there's, people that are making stuff or they're saying stuff in here. And this is on all day. So whether I'm streaming or not, whether I'm at work or not, that is on all day. So, whoopsie. Why am I telling you this? Because you can come in there, and I encourage you to come in there and get all kinds of help in real time. So it's lonely, it's lonely during the day, especially if you're a remote employee. Come join me. It's not hard. If you don't know how to join IRC or you're still struggling, I made a video on it, but I'm going to make it even easier, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. So IRC on Twitch all day. I kind of did that out of order. Let's put this one here. Okay. So this is the biggest announcement today is that there's only going to be one book. I've toyed with the idea about doing a book forever. I only got behind doing the idea of a book recently when I realized that I can drop my Zettelkasten and just have perpetual publishing, which means that I'm constantly changing what's in the books. Yesterday I had a separate Vim book. The day before that, I had a Code Mage book for beginners that were under 10. And then I realized I can't make a book that tells them to use GitHub unless they're 13 because it's against all terms of service. So I changed the target date for the target age to 13. As soon as you change it to 13, hey, guess what? People who are 10 years old are different than people that are 13. You probably don't remember that, but they are. They're very different. And as soon as they start writing a book for somebody who's 13, writing about a bunch of wizards and code mages and stuff is kind of lame, actually. And so this has caused me to go back to my original skill stack theme, which has been my very successful thing since 2013, and that is hacker based. In fact, my webpage used to be a big Easter egg. It was filled with Easter eggs. And my van that I drove around, it had a binary code on it that was the first Easter egg and everything else. And so I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to using Easter eggs as a means to learn and grow and code and hack. And the theme of the book and the theme of whatever's left of SkillStack, which is pretty much just me now, is going to be hacking. It's going to be hacking. It's for fun and profit. If you have to, imagine some, evil AI aliens from outer space, make it okay, fine. But we're going to joke about hacking your enemies and all that stuff. So I'm also no longer streaming to the software and dev category. I've decided not to do that again. I just don't like it. I'm going to start streaming to the science and tech category, which is where I started streaming, which is where all the hackers are. And I'm going to start running this stream like I started, which is the same way that I started SkillStack, which is as a hacker, which is what I am. I've been hacking since I was 10. And that's where my roots are. And if I sound a little bit animated and passionate, I'm a little mad at myself for letting myself be sucked into this like touchy-feely, code magey shit. Because I've never liked it. In fact, I was reading my own book the other day and I was going, who wrote this shit? And then I realized it was me. And I had changed my voice and I was talking like this stupid, kitschy World of Warcraft player. And I was like, this is not who I am. This is not who I am. I love you. I love you guys. Please. There we go. I love you, but it's not who I am. Okay, here we go. We're going to go hack power plants, baby. No, we're not. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you what Shodan.io is, though. On the first day of SkillStack, the guys that were in my two first people at SkillStack, we hacked a coffee shop with permission, and it was glorious and it was amazing and everybody wanted to do it. And why did I make the change? You know why? Because yesterday I said, hey everybody, forget about all this cool terminal Linux stuff. Just skip that because we're going to write code, which is like way down here at the bottom. I said, just forget about that. Just skip all the terminal stuff. We just get a minimal terminal up. Just run git bash. It sucks. It's really bad. You can't use Tmux or WeChat or anything. Can't use RC. Can't do mods. Can't do command line anything on git bash. But it's okay for now because we're going to learn how to code. You want to know what? It didn't work. You know why it didn't work? Because Dale and other people are like, but I want the cool stuff. And who doesn't want the cool stuff? I feel so bad that I let myself think. You know why? You know why I did it? I did it because I wanted to get to the Go programming. And every single year, we don't get there. And the reason is always the same. There's too much to do before we get there. So I'm going to go back again though, because here's the reason. You know what people want? You know what my community wants? My community. You know what my community wants? They want to learn how to hack. They want to be good in the terminal, and they don't want to learn, rooted node trees in Go. They want to learn how to use just enough Go to be really awesome and make a HomeKit or a rootkit or whatever with Bonsai. That's what they want. How can I make my bash scripts faster? Write them in Go. That's what they want. That's what my people want. Right. And for some reason, I let myself change. Anyway, keep going here. The biggest reason, this is the single biggest reason I did a whole video on this. I did an hour-long video on this. Programming school with the terminal is also cool. Yeah, they're both cool. Programming in the terminal is like the coolest, right? Like, is it not going to do it? My AI is, my detector, my filter is not doing its thing. All right. Oh, well. I feel dejected anyway. So I made a whole video on WSL2 plus WSLU, which has been out since 2018. I feel really stupid because I didn't know that. My AI knew it, and she helped me out. She told us, oh, absolutely, you can do that. So based on that means WSL2 is now in the house. Whether it crashes or not, I still think it's unstable. I don't care. The WSL2 is now the standard for Windows. In terminal velocity in the book and in this stream. That is now going to be the standard Linux on Windows. It's also the standard Linux at Microsoft. People are reporting on YouTube that it has gotten a lot better in the last few years, so it's not crashing as much. And obviously, we can do GH auth login and all the things that are really cool. We can play our clips. Of course, that's a cue, right? We can play our clips. Wait, we can play our clips. It's a Unix system. So there. We can play our clips. We can write code that plays clips. This is way more fun than writing a game. Anyway, so that's now that we have WSL, we can do that. You can do that from Windows. You can do that from a Mac now, and you can do it obviously if you have a Linux box. So the only package managers we're learning now, there's no winget. We don't care. We don't even need it. I wrote tons and tons of code to deal with winget. It's all going away. The only code that's ever going to exist in my code base is stuff that works with Brew and stuff that works with APT. The end. And if you want to run Red Hat or Pac-Man or something, the idea that I almost put MSys2, which has Pac-Man, even though it's not really Arch, to download Windows software on a Windows machine as the standard thing in my book gives me shivers now. I cannot even believe that I even considered that. And the only reason I did is because of all the things that you couldn't do with Git Bash. Well, guess what? You can do all of those things with WSL2 because WSL2 is legitimately Linux running under Windows. So that's what we're using. So many people are like, oh my God, you're such an idiot. Why didn't you do that all along? And I've told you a million times why, so I don't want to hear it. The reason I didn't do it is because WSL2 blew up above everything else. It was unstable and it blew up. We're giving it another try, mostly because it's got integration that I discovered. So that's what's going on with that. And we're making a video. Welcome for the raid. Thank you for the raid. I'm just going to finish this video here and we'll talk to you in just a bit. So we're setting up, what else are we doing? We're setting up Git and GitHub. And the really great thing about that is if you're a beginner, you can be able to GH auth login and have it pop open your web browser and do all the good stuff where you type in your authentication thing. I've been doing it all day today on Windows, by the way. It's really amazing. So the next thing we're going to do after that is we're going to learn how to clone and start your own .files repo. That's the same thing as what's in the book as before. The difference is that it's going to be a lot easier because getting GitHub is a lot easier. Apt install GH, that's it. We don't have to deal with winget and all that crap. We're going to set up bash. Let's just set up bash. We're going to take the bash RC that I have created for you, and the bash RC file will get you started. But as you can see here, you're also going to learn how to deal with your own bash RC later in the boost or in the book. And then we're going to set up WesTerm, the fastest GPU accelerated terminal on the planet. That's not run by idiots. I'm sorry I had to say that. WesTerm is run by amazing people. That's what I meant to say. I really love it. And by the way, I'm done apologizing for being who I am, which is really snarky and mean and rude sometimes. I don't care. At this point, I don't care because the people who respond to me are actually good people. They know I'm a good person. They know I'm just having fun. They know I'm not actually attacking anybody. And it's a part of the Rob that, just turned 57. I'm tired of being something else just for the YouTube. And we'll leave it at that. Set up bash. All right, we're going to set up bash. Then we're going to set up WesTerm. I already told you about that. We're going to set up, it's a LeetCode. You have to do LeetCode all day to pass interviews. I feel so sorry for you. Why? We can talk about that in just a second. How come LeetCode is so stupid, and why would you ever want to work for a company that had a LeetCode interview? It's completely unnecessary. There's nothing LeetCode shows me except for how stupid a company is. Okay, let's move on. Set up Tmux. We're going to set up Tmux. Are you saying Google is stupid? Yes, that's what I'm saying. And with a big exclamation point. Okay, so learn Ed. Learn X, learn Vim, and NVim. Unapologetically, we are going to learn the standard Unix editor. I am sick and tired of having arguments with people who set Control-C, which sends an interrupt as escape. You're not worthy. I'm not even arguing with you. If you think that that's a good thing to do, goodbye. Goodbye. I want to talk to the people that aren't idiots. All right, next, learn Tmux. Wait, we got Tmux on there twice. I guess we really like it. We can learn Tmux twice. All right, set up WeChat IRC. And we're going to set up WeChat IRC. I already have a setup for that. Here's the great thing, though. You don't have to be a pro with IRC now to start with WeChat IRC, because if you have WSL, we can help you out. I got a startup script already for you. And it just prompts you. You go plug in your token in there from Twitch, and you're good to go. You can start participating in IRC with the rest of us. It's going to be great. And then what? And then we learn WeChat a little bit, how to use it. It's really, really great. In fact, let me show you something really cool about WeChat. I'm about to send you this line right here. I'm going to send this line to the chat in VI without leaving it. There we go. Pretty cool, right? What did I just do? I just used a Unix filter from VI, not even Vim, VI, that passed it to a command on standard input and passed it off to a FIFO, a first in, first out pipe that WeChat is listening to. Pretty damn cool, right? Why would you ever want to screw around with something else when you can learn how to do that? It's super easy. You want to see the filter? This is it right here. It looks for the FIFO, the chat FIFO, and it writes it. If this looks like, something you don't understand, hey, do you guys want that code? I can send you that code. Watch this. Oh, man. It could not find it. It's in my script repos. Oh, wait. Let me see this. I'm gonna write some code for you right now. So there. It says repos. It says repo equals bash match. Repos has CMD. I have to fix it. I broke this one recently. All right, here we go. Request bash match. I recently broke this command now. I'll have to go fix it again. Well, anyway, demo syndrome. Yeah. You know what it did? It tried to do, it said repos cannot execute required file. Line 42 of my repos. Oh, there's a script that I got rid of. I deleted it. This is a new system. New system. Who dare? Anyway, so Who dis? WeChat. We talked about that. The command line web editing with W3M and links. If you haven't seen that before, you want to see that, right? So, what is links? We're going to go out and do an internet search. Here you go. Let's go read the Wikipedia from the command line. And then let's open it up in a web browser because it has JavaScript or something. I did that with one command. I tapped the comma key. You probably want to learn that, right? I'm guessing you want to learn that. Most people do. So, what else are we doing here? Here we go. You can use that. We're going to talk about YW3M or links. They're both good. We're talking about how to do command line searching with mods. My mods is off right now. What is mods? Oopsie. My command line Claude searching is turned off right now. We're going to learn all of this terminal wizardry. This is a thing. My rate limit's done. I need to get it. I need to upload my rate limit, but I'll show you how to do that. And then more stuff as well. That's not even the beginning. We're going to learn how to script in Bash, mostly so you can understand your pretty exhausted Bash RC. And then we're going to learn how to code in Go. But we are not going to learn computer science. We're not going to learn how to do linked lists. We're not going to do, Go routines other than to handle a thing. We're going to do basic Go programming so that you understand programming and so you can make wicked cool command line utilities that include terminal UI, such as Sunrise, which is for some reason not have millions of colors right now. I cannot figure that out, probably because I'm in a terminal. It's like really weird. We had this problem the other day. We were trying to figure out why it was. It should have millions of colors. It doesn't right now. And we're gonna do breadth. We will. Well, that's all in Bonsai. So we will cover Bonsai. And Bonsai's got a bunch of predefined things in there, so you can, if you want to figure out breadth first search and why you would do it, fine. But that's not going to be the highest thing. Not on the point. The main thing is if those people who want to make rootkits and home kits out of Bonsai and Go, we're going to show you how to do that. So that, and we'll end with that. We're going to end with that. That'll be the last thing. But when you learn, it's going to take all the way to learning how to Bash script to be able to understand how to read the Bash RC that I'm going to help you set up. So this is a Bash RC. It's a pretty complicated Bash RC. It's got a lot of good stuff in here, including, stuff that clones repos automatically from the command line in one command. I could clone all of Linux if I wanted to right now. I won't, just with one command. Take it right to my thing. So this is all terminal magic that helps you move at terminal velocity, which is the title of the book. And I'm just going to own it. I have been putting off. I tried to rush everybody through all the cool terminal stuff so we could get to the Go programming, and it failed. It failed. Bootkit, rootkit, shrootkit, all of them, yeah. So my attempts to sort of rush everybody through all the cool terminal tricks I just showed you totally failed because everybody wants to learn that. And even when they say they don't, and I say, okay, you're on your own because I want to get to the Go stuff, they have problems and they can't do it. So the overwhelming consensus is that people that are watching me, people in my community, old and young, noob and veteran, want me to do it all. They want me to do all of it, even if it takes forever again. So what does that mean? That means that as of tomorrow, I will be working on the other book, and we'll be working from the other book called Terminal Velocity. And you can watch for that at the normal place. And so the next holiday boost will have that in there. I am actually going to put this video in the holiday boost path because the holiday boost started out doing Go coding, and now we've taken a pretty substantial side turn from that, and we're going to go back to this. So if you're wondering what you need to do next because you're watching the boost, many years of just screwing around with computers before the programmer thing happened. Yes, it's true. So if you're wondering what to do next on the holiday boost, install WSL2 and WSLU on your Windows machine if that's what you have. If you have a Mac, you already have Brew installed. That's your main thing. If you get to that point, you'll be caught up. And I'm just going to change the WES term so it works with WSL2, and I'm going to change the WES term so that it works with Mac. And after that, we'll be right back where we were. The only difference is that we're now going to talk about Vim, NeoVim, and Tmux, and those things will be in the other book. Okay, so that's the end of that video. Come on in, and if you have questions, drop in IRC if you have specific questions. Thank you.